And here with me today is Mr. Brett Williams and Mr. Jay Parrino. Welcome to the Tribute Show, gentlemen.
Hey, thanks for having us, man. Thank you.
Good to see it. First thing that sprung to mind when I heard this was, what were you thinking? I mean, this has got to be one of the most complex and difficult tributes ever. I mean, the greatest living songwriter, an arguable point. Secondly, probably the greatest exponent of blues guitar in the world. What possessed you to do this?
Well, it's not an arguable point. Paul McCartney is, in the Guinness Book of World Records, the most successful songwriter of all time. And Eric Clapton has just been like one of those guys that I've looked up to for a very long time. I wanted to be a part of a show that I could play guitar and sing on and involve other legendary guitar players if they'd say yes to me.
That's always the caveat, isn't it?
Brett was nice enough to say yes, so yeah.
It's good to get the invite.
And it's good to have you here. One of the things that kind of always puzzles me is how did you guys get together? How did you actually decide this is a great idea to do? How did you meet?
Well, I met Jay only recently, actually. My band, Choir Boys, we're doing an AC/DC tribute show. We're playing some Bon Scott albums, and Jay's a bit of a Bon Scott fan as well.
Pushy fellow.
No. And he actually had organised with Mark, the lead singer, to get up and sing a song. So when I found out and I'd seen him play, we talked about it and suggested that maybe he'd play a song, the solos.
I bribed him with my SG.
They're always collateral, eh?
It's a nice SG.
There's a huge catalogue of songs. I mean, McCartney's been writing songs since the 60s and Clapton much along the same. Is it difficult to select which music you play for the repertoire?
Yes and no, because you want to give people some of the things that they expect, but then there's a lot of Beatles shows out there and things like that, so you also want to give them something that they're not going to get anywhere else, like your Wings songs and the couple of songs that Paul McCartney did with Michael Jackson, so a few little curveballs in there as well.
So it'd be fair to say you're taking more of a holistic approach to it, like the entire careers of both artists.
Exactly, yeah.
All right, so for the gossip magazines, I want to know the details of every little single argument you guys have had about material.
We just argue about what to wear, that's all.
I'm going black and he's going white.
Well, that's a fair call.
No, unless you have an arm wrestle and then he wins.
I don't think Brett has ever had an argument with anyone. You probably notice he's one of the most calm, gentle souls you'll ever meet. So yeah, it's been really fun getting to know him and working together.
I have good information, and an SG will pretty much brighten you anything you want as well.
Yeah.
All right, on a personal level, both of you, what is your favourite song to play of Clapton and McCartney for the show?
Cocaine.
I really like doing Live and Let Die by Wings and Paul McCartney. I think that's an absolute masterpiece of a song.
That's a powerful song.
Yeah. That is a great song, yeah. That is. Okay, and the venue, the Bridge Hotel, this is one of the icons of Sydney rock and roll, but you've got to be pumped to want to be a part of this.
Yeah,
I love playing the Bridge.
Well, the Choir Boys are about to record a live album there next month, so yeah, it's got its place in rock history, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's one of those sort of places that it's been around as long as all of us have been around. Some of us longer than others, but we're not going to go there.
No,
Besides like a kebab and a taxi, what do you think people are going to take away from one of your gigs? What's the thought you want them to have as they go home at night and think about the night they've had?
Probably a headache with how loud the guitars are going to be, because I've heard this guy play through his Marshall and it's not quiet.
No, it's not.
All right, this is putting you on the spot. Favourite Beatles and Clapton era? You get Clapton.
I like the Derek and the Dominoes, that sort of late 60s. That's my favourite.
You get the easy one.
The White Album for me. That's where we got the name of the show, like While My Guitar Gently Weeps is on that. And Eric Clapton played on that track, actually. Yeah. I think that's when all four of the Beatles were individually becoming great songwriters and each coming into their own. So yeah, that's the peak for me.
All right, guys, thank you very much for being on the Tribute Show today. We wish you luck, and all I can say is break a leg.
Thanks.
Thanks, guys.